I flew to California for a day to ride this brand new train. Hey everyone, welcome to a brand new video. I'm Thom and I'm super excited about the train we're going to ride today. If I wasn't, I probably wouldn't have flown to Los Angeles just for today. I am on a San Bernardino line train operated by Metrolink headed to downtown San Bernardino. Metrolink, of course, is the commuter rail operator here in Southern California, and just recently, on October 24th, 2022, the Metrolink network expanded. This extension, which opened on October 24th, is 9 miles long. Called Arrow, it connects San Bernardino downtown with Redlands University, stopping at Tippecanoe, Esri, and Redlands downtown. On weekdays, it is served by 24 trains per direction, and on the weekends, that goes down to 16 trains per direction per day, all which match up with San Bernardino line trains. Additionally, on weekdays, there is one San Bernardino line train that runs express from Los Angeles Union Station to Redlands downtown, but more on that train later. Arrow is completely a part of the Metrolink system, and Metrolink fares and passes are all valid, but the trains themselves are very different. Rather than using locomotive-hauled trains like the rest of the Metrolink network, this new line uses multiple units. We're a few minutes away from San Bernardino downtown station, and then I'll show you what I mean. Today, we are riding the Arrow service. San Bernardino downtown station is served by the San Bernardino line, the Inland Empire Orange County line, and of course, since a few weeks, the Arrow service. The main Metrolink platforms are low-level because, just like most American trains, Metrolink boards low. If you're in a wheelchair, there are dedicated ramps. However, on the eastern end of the station, there is the Arrow platform, which is raised to enable level boarding. So right now I'm standing on the Arrow platform. It's a little bit higher than the other Metrolink platforms, but let's take a look around and see what this station offers. San Bernardino is a basic station, and I don't necessarily mean that in a bad way. One good feature of the Arrow system is that at every station, there are stickers or tiles indicating where the train doors will be. The train's coming, I see it. So this is a FLIRT train built by a Swiss company, Stadler. They're very common in Europe, and they're slowly starting to make a little bit of an introduction here in the United States, in Texas and in California. Name FLIRT is a German acronym for Flinker, Leichter, Intercity und Regionaltriebzug, aka Fast, Light, Intercity and Regional Train Set. Makes sense since Stadler is headquartered in the German-speaking part of Switzerland. Alright, this is what I flew to California for. Let's go take a look inside.
Easy access, right here to right there, yeah. No. Yeah, just walk in just right there. Okay. Guys, come on, you want to sit down for a minute?
Most of the floor is at the same height as the platforms, with only the ends of the cars being slightly raised to accommodate the wheels. The seats are arranged both airline style and in bays of 4. There are large baggage racks above the seats, and each seat comes with at least 2 USB sockets. Trash can be collected in trash cans located by the doors. Everything about this train reminds me of the trains back in Europe, although there are a few hints that we are still in America. Speaking of safety, rather than using mirrors, there are cameras mounted to the side of the train, so the train can run in one-man operation. Predictably, the LCD screens hanging from the ceiling were my favorite feature. They were all in working order. Alright, I snagged a table seat. We got a big sturdy table over here. The seats, they don't recline, neither do the other Metrolink seats. That's okay, this is only going to be a short distance, and I do feel like they're a little bit more comfortable than the older Metrolink seats. We also have USB sockets that you can charge your phone with, so that's great. Worried that you'll bump your head at these raised seats? Not to worry, the baggage racks here are slightly raised too. As many of you may know, I actually used to live in the Netherlands, and these FLIRTs are everywhere in Europe, including in the Netherlands. So I would often commute on a Stadler FLIRT just to go to school. And now to be in California and to be on the same train as that I took in the Netherlands, it feels bizarre, but like, it even smells the same.
Yeah. Right, you gotta go on the other side.
And we're off. Journey time to Redlands University is scheduled to take around 20 minutes, but I will be getting off once in the middle myself. What's that loud hallway in the middle of the train? I'll explain that in a little bit. Right now, the conductor is coming to check my ticket. Flew all the way from Chicago to ride this train.
You are a trooper, man. Welcome aboard. Dude.
Thank you.
You got a ticket, brother?
So far, it's a very smooth ride. We're coming up on our first stop, which is San Bernardino Tippecanoe. Tippecanoe is a fun name for a station.
Stand clear of the closing door, please.
And then there's just randomly a British voice telling you to stand clear of the closing doors. The next stop is Esri. I'm gonna get off here and wait for the next train. I got off here at Redlands Esri station just to get some lunch. There's a Yoshinoya nearby, which is a Japanese fast food restaurant that specializes in this dish called gyudon, rice with thinly shaved beef on top. It's one of my favorite foods, and I always make sure to get some when I'm in the LA area. And then I thought I'd check out kind of what a basic aero station looks like. So it's definitely an improvement over the regular Metrolink stations, if only just because there's level boarding now, which is amazing. I am less impressed with the area. I've yet to see the rest of Redlands, but at least this part's not very pedestrian friendly. Constantly have to cross sides of the road because there's no sidewalk on one side, and even to get to the station, like, there's no sidewalk on one side of the station, so definitely could be better. So I mentioned earlier that once a day there's a regular Metrolink train that runs express to Redlands. That train only runs on weekdays. However, I still caught this out-of-service train passing through Esri. My guess is that it was some sort of training for the drivers who operate those express runs, but let me know in the comments if you know what this was about. I'm gonna hop on the next train to Redlands University. We're gonna ride it to the end of the line, and then we'll ride back to San Bernardino.
3864 service to Redlands University is scheduled to arrive on track 1 in 10 minutes.
Now, as you can hear, they have a very loud horn, and that is why certain early morning and late evening runs aren't running right now. You know, you don't want the train to wake you up. but they're in the process of requesting a quiet zone, which means the trains will be able to cross the crossings without the horn and thus run later into the night.
It's me again.
Welcome back. All right, stopping at Redlands downtown and then Redlands University, and then we'll have done the entire line.
Our next station stop is Redlands Downtown. All station stops are free. Redlands Downtown is our next stop. No one likes a litter bug, so please remember to throw away all your unwanted trash before leaving the train.
Stand clear of the closing door, please.
All the stations in Redlands are located relatively close to each other. So, in a matter of minutes, we had arrived at the University of Redlands, the last stop. This is University of Redlands Station, end of the line.
Reach out. And 3865 service to San Bernardino.
One thing I think is really funny is that despite the train being named Arrow, there's absolutely no Arrow motif or design anywhere on the stations or on the trains. Wow, these trains are awesome. I'm so glad I came out here to San Bernardino, California just to ride these trains. Alright, so we have a brand new railway line, brand new, multiple units, overhead electrification. Wait, no. This is still a diesel train, and the diesel traction power comes from this little power pack in the middle of the two passenger cars rather than a locomotive. Now the fun part is you can actually walk through the diesel power pack. Having power packs like this is a uniquely Stadler thing. While the electric versions of the FLIRT seen in Europe don't have them, the diesel versions do, and both the diesel and the electric versions of the Stadler GTW, a similar train, have these power packs. A little bit warm in here too. Not too bad. Although all the train sets operating on Arrow currently are diesel electric, in the next few years we will be seeing an alternative traction, and that is hydrogen. Arrow is going to have the first hydrogen-powered passenger trains in the United States. They're also going to be FLIRTs, and the hydrogen FLIRT was presented at InnoTrans in Berlin, Germany this year. And at that presentation, it was announced that the state of California will be purchasing hydrogen FLIRTs as well for Amtrak service.
Please be prepared to send your ticket upon request.
An Amtrak FLIRT, who would have thought? Sometimes I feel like the European railways are oversaturated with FLIRTs, and I get why it's a popular train. The FLIRT is a modular concept, meaning that an operator can buy a train that's practically off the shelf and tailor it to meet their specific needs. This allows for a fast delivery, and they're also high-quality trains, so really there's nothing wrong with the FLIRT, other than that as a rail fan I find it boring to see the same design train anywhere I go. They've definitely chipped away at the variety in Europe. I think my enthusiasm for the Arrow FLIRT is that it actually adds variety to the American railroads. It's a modern train set in a land full of old locomotive-hauled trains. That, and you know that at the end of the day, I can get excited over pretty much anything that's new. Alright, so I immediately hopped back on the train to San Bernardino. I'm flying out of LA tonight, and although the Arrow runs fairly regularly, there are a few gaps in service, and right after this one would be one of those gaps. It's a short but fun ride back to San Bernardino. I spend most of it talking to the attendant, Brandon, and soaking up my last few minutes on the FLIRT. I'm looking forward to see what lies ahead in Arrow's future. I may just have to come back someday to witness the hydrogen in action.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for the help. Push the door open.
Shout out to Brandon, the train attendant. He was so nice, he was so helpful, so enthusiastic about the train that he was working on. Really made the experience even better. Great job, Brandon. Wow, I think the Arrow might have been one of the best trains I've ever been on here in the United States. That was such a great experience, totally worth coming to California for. Arrow, I'm gonna miss you, but I gotta go back home to Chicago and to Lindsay. So we're gonna get on the San Bernardino line train back to Los Angeles. If you ever find yourself in this area, please ride Arrow. It is such a great experience. I really hope that more places in the United States will have a service like this. Thank you for watching this Trains Are Awesome video. All the comments and the likes and the subscriptions really mean a lot to me, and I love being able to share this passion of mine and my travels with you all. So I guess all that's to say, see you next time.